Okay, now it's live. It took forever. Hope my sound is okay. Uh, yes. Okay, okay. Let's get it. Links below and in the chat. Uh, while we're waiting. Okay. Surviving in the wild, being prepared. Well, that's what I should put, being prepared instead of preparation. Well, you know what I mean. Just basic things you need to survive a disaster, natural or man-made, whatever. Uh, Open panel, anybody join. If you got anything you want to add or whatever. Uh, hey, Dave in the chat. Uh, so, okay, back here. Okay, it's pretty hot here, so forgive the noise from the fans. I have no air conditioner. Let's see. Hey, Foxy. Uh, hey, Dave.
Hey, how's it going? Ah,
Hey,
shit, I lost YouTube altogether.
shit. I
Why
had
would
problems
it?
with it yesterday. I mean, it kept I'm watching videos and it would just stall up on me, and I had nothing that's running. I guess because the kids on their devices and crap too, probably. Anyway,
Oh, on your Wi-Fi?
yeah, but if they wasn't on it, it still has problems. So, like Google, not letting people join and shit. So, oh, dear. Hey, there's Debbie in the chat too. Hello. Shit. Uh, okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. Second. Here we go. I'm starting out with survival stuff. I mean, like, being prepared, like the clothes and stuff like that. Just basic stuff first. Then we can get into that other stuff. Yeah.
I had Matthew just call me a stupid faggot prepper just about 10 minutes ago.
Oh my god. Damn. Shit.
So if anybody in Grand Blanc, Michigan wants to school this guy,
I know it's summertime, but here's stuff for winter. Um, the fog in the boots and the coat and everything, and long johns. And them's really good to keep you warm. And the pants and waterproof as well. So uh,
well,
gloves, boots.
a good suggestion for people on a budget is
Yes,
try to find military surplus stuff,
yes,
especially stuff from Europe, whether it be NATO or former Com
yes,
Block stuff. It's really cheap and it's not poor quality stuff.
yes, yes.
And it's very affordable for you can pick it up at swap meets and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. And and layers, dressing layers. Also, uh,
Especially if you're someone like me with a high defense budget.
yeah. And what was in kind of socks? I know DJ had trouble, with his feet and fishing.
Oh,
Special kind of socks.
Yeah, the blister he got from the waiters.
Yeah, yeah. Neoprene
Yeah.
button made socks. So yeah, you make sure
You
you have good socks.
you can get boots and things with neoprene in it too.
Yes, yes, yes. I used to have a pair years ago. Um, and they were really good. Getting them wet and stuff. My feet didn't even get wet, so
Wet,
yeah, so,
wet, and or cold are
yes,
the enemies of your feet.
yes, definitely. So,
That's why if you get a sock or a boot, you want to get something that breathes well because even your own perspiration can cause those problems.
yes, yes, it can.
Hello.
Hello, how's it
I like
going?
to say something. I'm prepared. This item here is a wind-up clock. Oh, no, correction, a light.
Radio.
It.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
phaser. Alright.
I got this years ago to prepare, just in case there's a problem, and it's got really great grip on either side. Can't remember. I got it from a camping shop ages ago. It got a little button on the front, and it's a wind-up light. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's one
cool.
idea. Yeah. I
Cool.
got a similar shape for a wind-up radio, and you don't need obviously
Awesome.
batteries at all. So you just need
Yeah.
your energy to wind it up to see,
Cool.
And in tiny spaces or wherever you are, it fits in very neatly to whatever you're carrying. So yeah, that's my
Did,
family brought me up to know. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, does your radio, does it also have shortwave bands and the weather
Yeah,
band?
yeah,
Yeah, you want.
everything.
You can also
It,
use it solar if you ain't, don't have nothing like that.
oh,
You can use
yeah.
solar to recharge.
I wish I had that. It's on. I haven't got it to hand because it's stored away with all my other items. Um, I've got all the camping gear you can think of all stored away.
Yes, I do
Do,
too. Yes.
do you might remember, Becky, when Joe showed us, and I was looking at him too, that solar powered battery charger for like house
Yes,
batteries?
yes, yes, that
Yeah,
was cool.
And they're really cheap too. They're not
Yeah,
that expensive.
yeah.
I
Also,
think some.
a propane stove as well, to cook food on.
Yeah,
If you don't
yeah,
have like a little, but we got a wood stove and the propane. But if you have to go, you take the little. It's like, there are various sizes. I think the one I've got's like maybe this wide. Got one burner on it. I mean, they make them like 2 burner, 4 burner. I mean, but if you just something small and easy to
yeah,
carry, it's the best. It's small. You can
yeah.
always build a little fire and cook
Well,
I
that
got.
way.
I
you
got a
you can.
similar.
Oh,
I've got that. Sorry, I got that with the gas bottles, but the
Yes,
solar is much better, I think,
yes,
if there's sun, because
yes,
then you don't have to bother the bottles. I got
yes.
that, I don't know, years ago, just in case we all went mad. I don't want to stop stopping everything.
two,
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
two you can
this,
find at thrift shops and swap meets and things or online. The old school stoves that were like the military ones, they were a multi-fuel. You can
Yeah,
use
yeah.
kerosene, white gas,
Yes, Daddy had one.
gasoline.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
can use just about anything in it.
yeah,
yeah,
Alcohol.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's
I
good,
wish we
yeah.
still had it.
I could do alcohol. I got with tooth pain. Oh, yeah. There's a local military. They do like a second-hand market every so often in my area, and they
Yeah.
do military items, which I've been trying to get. What you just described, David, I've been trying to get hold of one of them, and the last time I saw one on the market of the military items, because I read somewhere those are still durable as long as you clean it up, it's going to be
Mm.
useful,
Well,
and they're going.
the
So.
You can also find that they also made lanterns that were multi-fuel
Yes,
too.
that's right.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, they were going. The one I wanted, was the one selling in the store was about 30 quid in UK currency, and they still have a wick, and you can still use it for what you described. It was
Mhm.
ideal. It wasn't too heavy, and I had to think about practicalities, with it as well. And it
Yeah.
was ideal. I was tempted to get a gas mask, but I did, just in case. But show you something cheap for £1. It sounds a bit strange, but just in case the mainstream electric cut off, this is a pack of two double sticky. You just stick them on the wall or wherever you are,
Yes.
and
Yes.
these not a solar panel. You can get some, only £1 for two.
Yeah.
I've got loads
Yeah.
of them. They're battery operated. You put tiny AAA batteries in the back, and
Yeah.
they work a treat. The light is so powerful, and you don't need, say, you're in a bedroom or wherever you are,
Mhm.
you're in a hut or whatever. The camping lights I have as well is, I'm well
Yeah.
prepared.
I was gonna say, oh, sorry, I was gonna say on the
Yes.
mask, if
Yes.
you
I was
don't,
going
if you can't get a hold of a military gas mask, a paint booth grade respirator is good to have too.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes,
Ooh.
absolutely. I've got that.
Well, because if you're like the auto body guys, if they're painting in a booth, they're exposed to
Mhm.
those fumes in a closed space, and
Yes, yes,
it just does.
absolutely.
You can use it for, I think it's rated for 2-3 hours, the filters in a
Yeah.
closed environment like that.
Oh yeah.
Ta-da!
And I when my friend and I tried it on, to just test it out a few days back, we were down to take a picture of each other with it on, looking so funny. But you never know, do you? I wanted to wear it outside, but I'll be looking at it like gone out. But you see, I used to wear a mask similar outside because of the atmosphere, there's geoengineering. But I had carers then, professional carers, and they like moaned at me for wearing it with them
Well,
because they're not like clued on, and
Sure.
they like, I'm gonna take you out if you're wearing that.
well, if you have a military style gas mask, when you put it back in its holder, you want to store it with the inside out. If it has the hood on it, you want to wrap it around where it's because it's
Mm.
Yeah,
quicker to
yes,
be
Yes.
able to put it on.
Yeah.
that's it. Absolute spot on. Yeah, I don't know why I researched this a long time ago, but it was ironic. This is a typical, if you go hiking for camping, really, like for hikers. But I got this just in case, because some idiot cut my electric off in the hallway. So I had all these to
Sure.
hand, and I have it in my bag. These are battery operated with the red light as well, so you can see the red light and the
Yes.
bright light. See how bright? So you can
Yeah.
wear it around your neck, on your head, around your wrist,
Yeah.
and that's just a hand.
It comes in handy. Yes.
Yeah, I got these quite one free with another item I got. I don't know. The religion I was brought up in was always being prepared for food, for items like
Yes.
that, practical things. Like a storage, So
Yeah.
there's a lot of preppers out there do more than I, but the skills you're talking about as well, that's the
Yeah.
one thing I'm
Mm.
intrigued by. Yeah, anyway, carry on.
Candles, you can never have enough of those either,
Yes. Handles. Yes.
and they're
Definitely.
cheap as hell.
Yes. 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 And
I got for you, tea lights. Have you ever tried tea
yeah.
lights? Oh, hello.
Yeah. Uh.
Oh, yes, that's
mm,
good. I like this disguise. That is really good
Gas
news.
mask. Oh. Yeah.
Yes, brilliant, brilliant. Tea lights are little ones, I use instead of like main lights. That in winter it
Yeah.
generates really a lot of heat and light,
Yeah.
and You can get a pack quite cheap in my area. I don't know where else you might be able to get them, but they're quite deep and they last
Yeah.
about 3 hours. And you can use them safely as well.
Delete. I'm
He's
here.
muted. He's muted.
Ah, come
He'll
on.
be on in a few minutes, maybe. Okay. But yeah,
I thought we were gonna bring on the Lowe's machine. The Lowe's machine needs bringing.
Okay. Anyway, and also matches. You know the waterproof matches.
Yeah, yeah. And also the you know these tablets you can put in water to purify it, and some of those are so handy. I don't know, anyone else can come up with some other idea, which is just, you know, I've got them. But you can even use baby if you ever get a baby to sterilize the bottles. You can use them for purifying the water. I don't know how that works. I saw that on someone's website and their channel describing how you can use them. But that's an idea for
Yeah.
purifying water.
Yes.
And
yes.
then
And steel. Also,
yeah.
yeah, the steel.
I wanted to get portable loo, a portable potty. And I saw this very good channel on YouTube describing how to use waste, ordinary household food waste, to use as
Yes.
compost.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Because obviously you don't want your place stinking out if you've got a lot of family members. You
Right,
know,
right.
and the size of this one, I know where I can get it from. The currency, UK currency, is about 70 quid, and that's nothing compared to what it's
Right.
very reasonable for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like an item that people would use if you go camping, you know, well, I think you call it a UV vehicle, but over here we call it caravans. And
Yeah.
but haven't got it just yet. The other thing was one of these camp stove kettles, but I wanted to get the proper ones that I've seen bushcraft. There's so many.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Because
Yes,
my relative, he's set up a site. I can't remember it now, but he's always been into bushcraft and outdoor things, and you know, I don't know if they're prepared that way, but they're a young couple now, you know, married and stuff. So I thought, well, you know, I'll take the leaf out of their book. Not as much as they can do, but a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of good prepping channels out there. You just gotta find the one that's easier for you to understand, and you know, find, like Dave said, if you're on a budget, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely important. That's where I come from, on a budget. Anything on a budget is helpful, because I don't go and buy everything all at once. It's just like, you know,
That's me.
yeah, bit by bit, and you don't tell anybody where you got it stored. I saw one channel, a one video guy was storing his silver coins, burying it in the ground. And I thought to myself, I was going to remember in a crisis where it's going to be. And there was a very good, somebody I can't remember the channel either. I just tend to search a lot. But this channel was on about tips of where to hide your stuff in case there is martial law.
Like you said, don't kill
I guess
anyone
so.
where it is.
It is much better than those out there suburbs, bro. It is better to live off grid.
Yes.
Suburbs.
Yes.
There's crime here. There's pestilence here. We just keep it hidden. We gotta keep it hidden with flags and flowers and shit.
Bury it, you know, watertight thing. Yeah, you can bury it. Yeah, like where I live, you know, you go up in the woods and have your stash buried. Dig your hole and
Responsibility? There's no responsibility, Trevor. These people don't even know responsibility if you hit them in the face.
Right.
That's the downside. I don't have any woods close by. That's the only downside in my area, UK. We don't have anything that is free land you can actually access to do those things with. So it's looking at other solutions,
Hmm.
remedies, coming up with some ideas.
I want proof. I
Yeah.
want solutions. Yeah, sure. That the sheep keep asking for. I want pat answers for everything.
You gotta find them for yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
I post
that's
stuff all the
it.
time about this kind of stuff, too. And others as well. Delete Dave and you and Debbie and lots of people do. Like we said, find what fits for you.
Yeah. I was thinking you're gonna laugh at this. I mean, even in my flat, the way it's built, I'd found this out before. Well, no, after I moved in, it used to be a drug's den of all things, and
Gee.
yeah, if I'd known that. But apparently, when the police raided it, the guy stashed his stuff under the floorboards,
Yeah.
and I haven't never checked and took up the floorboards and how deep it would go. But being a ground, the thinking was behind it. I mean, I don't know if I could get away with it, but um, it depending how deep, being a ground floor, how
Yes.
deep. You hear about people building things like safe places or get a construction company in to build rooms underneath their homes
Hmm.
and for safe storage, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is just the right size, and nobody would think of looking under if it's a certain depth and it just looks
Hmm.
ordinary floor
Yeah.
and it's no obvious size. Nobody would think looking under that to store
Right.
my and stuff.
Right.
Just an idea. You're just thinking things around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Well, the best thing to do is to build it yourself, to where
Yeah.
So,
you have
Sorry,
people
I've
coming
been
in
away.
and like you have people coming in building stuff
I've been
when they
away,
ask them,
man.
what's this for? And
yeah,
they'll ask all kinds of questions. They got that law here. You see something,
yeah,
say something. So it's
yeah,
best to do it yourself. You know,
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Half
This,
the
this
stuff
is
like
much better, bro. Just saying.
yes,
Sorry, Bex, I've been away. I've been
yeah,
away for most of this week. I've been trying to recapture old wounds, being a Sonic bag and all. You know,
mm,
meeting with other Sonic fans out there, man. And I give props to them. They're much better than I expected. They're much more mature than I expected. Props to Silver, the Psychokinetic Hedgehog, Mystic Shadows, all of them. Those are pretty damn good people. Plus, there was also some shills like Sean Dixon or whatever.
mm,
uh, uh, yeah. Oh well, yeah, and first aid stuff too.
yeah,
Make sure you have that stuff. I got this people says it's recommended by FEMA, but anyway, it says food at least a 3-day supply. I'd suggest longer. Uh, for like several months, I would say.
yeah,
And if you grow your own stuff, that's plus. Uh, Also, there's food you can get that lasts a long time. Like salt, sugar, raw honey, alcohol, other such things. But also you could. I'm gonna screen share this. Really neat. It's something everybody should get. Food dehydrator. Where you can
yeah,
dehydrate your own food. Like
absolutely.
put it in baggies. It's ready to go. You can take it. It stores for a long time. I'm not sure how long, but we used to do this. You can use it for anything. I mean, anything you want to dry out. So, food wise,
It's very useful.
yes, it is like making jerky and fruit and vegetables. All kinds of stuff. So, there's all different types of them. Depending on your price range there. So,
I've got a couple of items that looks familiar there. Mm.
see, there's more meat on it. No. Mm,
Yeah.
that's trail mix there. Yeah. So yeah, you can
And
do
it's
anything
knowing
on
food is going to last long, isn't it, as well?
it. Yeah.
And
And that's
getting your taste buds used to the kind of items, because that's what you're used to getting fresh now. You might not be able to get in a
yeah.
crisis situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like the case of survival. You're going to eat it, aren't you? Regardless. And
Yeah.
the odd keep some herbs, in a jar or something to add to the taste or something.
Yeah.
It just reminds me, go back in history, you see these old films and westerns and, what they used to eat on camping fires, and it just makes you realise how we've become so reliant on mainstream stuff, in everyday life. But so people are going back in history and waking up to practical things now, I think, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think that's one thing my old dear used to drum in my head. Always be prepared. Have 72 hours of, like you just said, medical, food supply.
Yes.
So I think when I had some spare cash, that's why I went out and get that investment into what I got, with the cooking stove and things like that. Thinking you park a bit if it happens.
Right.
So when that idiot cut off my main electricity supply outside the hallway, I was prepared because I had all these stick-on lights and tea lights and behind got clock and batteries and things,
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah. They also make a wind-up flashlight as well. I just seen that a minute ago on one of these pages I was looking at. So that's cool.
It's these people that live totally off the grid, just, they must have invested a lot to be able to do that initially. It's very impressive what I've seen in some sites and how they managed to do that. But
Yeah.
then again, if you think that they're quite open about it, then if there's a crisis, people are going to go to their places and made it.
Right.
That's the one thing, one needs to be incognito, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
About a lot of things. That's the worst thing, living in a built up area. I've just got that purge, whatever it's called. And I always remember that one because being in a built up area, are you really going to be safe? There's all sorts of things out in that film, wasn't it? It was like, oh my God, what if?
Yeah, well, I live out in the country, so if something did happen, like we could hit the woods or,
Yeah, that's the beauty of that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I used to play in these woods, so I haven't in a while, but it's still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
if it comes, if it comes to the push, you would go, you would know.
Yes.
Instinct,
Yes.
isn't it?
Right.
Survival.
Yeah. You could go to the next county through these woods behind my house. So maybe you'd have to hike over a couple of mountains, but you'd get there.
That's the beauty of it. If I had ability, I would go over like Ecuador, and I've seen a lot of people have been going there for like the war food and all this kind of like thing going on. And so-called raw food, growth and things like that. And the mountains I saw when I did a Google search one time. And you never know who's living inside the hilltops,
Mm-hmm.
right out of nowhere, off the grid. Some people are building up homes from scratch, and they're living in tents and stuff at the moment. And it's like, oh my God, I so wish,
I know Shenandoah, she lives semi off grid. I wish she was able to join, but she lives semi off grid. So yeah.
Wow.
Like in the little camper parks, they have a lot around here. People like that. When something like that happens, it probably it wouldn't affect them that much.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty much used to it.
Exactly.
Living that way. So.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
my upbringing was always making do and survival. I mean, this going back quite a long time. Coal fires, no
Mhm.
electricity, only for the odd
Yes.
light. But we had I mean, it's like turning the clock round, really, isn't it? You're going
Mhm.
back in history, what people did to survive, to get by without the mainstream supplies,
Yeah.
gas, water, and electric, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I
What
mean, I
these,
remember my
yeah.
grandpa. Yeah, he cooked with the them old timey stoves that you use a fire in. So if the power went out, he could still cook.
I find it fascinating. There's these guys or girls out there that making with their bare hands. They've got the skills, haven't they? Making
Mm.
these tools, and multiple use tools to be able to use and
Yes.
multiple skills. And then you've got the course of people doing bushcraft as well. Like cooking, how to.
Sorry.
Yeah, carry on. What are you gonna say?
That's right, Red. Don't think too much.
Okay.
Sorry, I was. I won't mention the channel name, but
Okay. Well, I know Dad. He was always teaching us that kind of stuff. Like how to build little the uh, like temporary shelters and stuff like that. And there's channels dedicated to that kind of stuff as well. You
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
so
When I see that, it's amazing how they've got their talent to do that. And all right, they might just be doing it just to make hits on their YouTube channel, but
mm,
at the same time, they're getting information out to help
right,
other people that don't know.
yeah,
And even when I don't believe in paying out courses and all this stuff, but just picking up tips, learning one's own way around it, or you know, because
yeah,
when I hear about people charging to go on these courses for a week but what, people just get out there and experiment themselves, I think, don't they?
yeah. I know there are. I found a couple of channels of people that are off grid that show what they've been, how they did it, and things like that. So
It's all in the mind
yes,
sometimes as well, willpower, isn't it?
yeah,
And also, though, if one's got commitments, families, work, whatever, then it may be able to just try and it's difficult, I suppose, to try and find the time and ability to do all that.
yeah,
But then you've got also what I was thinking about before. It's like those are sick in hospital or whatever, they won't be able to do all that. Um, People like myself who are physically disabled, I could do some stuff, but not a lot. So it's about trusting a small amount of people
yeah,
around you
right.
to help you out, innit? I
Yes,
mean,
yes, and
like, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I had somebody call me. They could survive in the woods with a knife and a few other things, and I'm thinking, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
two people could if they're by themselves, but if you got a family to think about, you're gonna need more than that. I mean, you
yeah,
could survive with that, but you gotta think, about them as well. That's
absolutely right. And especially if you've got really young babies and things, you've got to think about the health and safety, and there's so much more to think about, isn't it? And to
yeah.
prepare for.
Oh yeah.
you need your tangy tangerine and a T-shirt
All
that you bought from somebody.
right, AJ.
Yeah. Because it does stop make you think sometimes, isn't it? I mean, unfortunately, my son and his wife, they're expecting their first child this year, and it's just like, oh my goodness, it's if like in UK anything happens over here, then they ain't gonna be. I taught them when they're younger, my son and daughter,
Yeah.
basic things, and I'm sure that will kick in, but they're so busy working, you know, to fund for when the child comes, and then he wants to travel when the child is old enough, you know, between the work, and it's like I wonder, you know, they're so into the mainstream of things. What are they gonna do when they haven't got a job, you know, and they can't go into a shop and buy things, and you know, it's just not doom and gloom. It's just looking at the practical side of things, isn't it?
Right.
And
Right.
being prepared. And people find, can't you? Like cashless society and all this online. And what are the system crashes? You can't use your mobile phone. What are you
Barter.
gonna do? Well,
You go back to barter and trade. You know, that's what we should be
yes,
doing anyway. You know.
yes, yes.
So.
And it's like I was going to buy this two-way radio, you know, handset kind of thing for communication, and then I saw this channel, another website, another channel or video or something where this guy was suggesting to use different suggestions what to do,
Yeah.
go back like you know, using kids on their bikes to send a message, and certain little things, you know, simple things to do. And it's all about building trusted friends to be able to know what you're doing and build a small community of people you trust to do that. That's very hard nowadays, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't trust my neighbours at all for anything like that. They'd be the first ones to rat you out. And not to be ill-willed to people, but unfortunately they're too wrapped up in dumbed down with everything, unfortunately.
I have some around here, you know, they're all family that, you know, I know they would have our backs. You know,
That's good. That is good.
that's like you
Because,
said, you know, you got to look out for each other. You know, I watched the video the other day, how to survive the zombie apocalypse, you know, which is
yeah,
pretty much what we're in now. You know, people in the Pokemon Go game, you know,
yeah,
people walking off cliffs looking for imaginary crap, you know. But anyway, yeah, you know, I forgot what I was saying. Oh,
You
the
know what that
community. Go
you
ahead.
know what that's called? Natural selection.
yeah.
It's making room for the ones that don't do stupid shit like that.
And that's what they said in the video. So I think it
Oh
was
yeah.
a Grindel video. So, but yeah, community. Yeah, helping each other. Make sure you got people that will help you.
Oh yeah. It's like, as I said the other time, my mate, her son was playing that game on his phone as he was driving, and it's like he wasn't watching his game, almost crushed a cat. Oh, there's so many people that's into all that app game, innit? And it's
Mm.
like so many videos are getting out there now, what it's really all about. But yeah,
Yeah, that's mostly about surveillance. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And it's like a bunch of friend today, and he was saying about this card. He's like just things online. And he got it out, and as soon as I recognised the symbol of the Wi-Fi symbol on the card, and I said to him, "You know what that symbol's for?" And, no, what's that? And it's like what I said went over his head. And he's an older guy, and I said, "It's all about so you don't cash anymore. It's all about all
Yeah.
digital currency online." And I
Yeah.
said, "You check it out online. I'll email you the link later." And he
Mhm.
said, "Really?" I said, "Well, I'll just give you the link. You think for yourself."
Yeah.
That's all I have to say because I know they won't take it all in, you know. And it's
Yeah.
it's pure chance you bump into people. You have to sometimes you can tell they're going to accept little conversations on certain subjects. Other
Yeah.
people, it goes over their head. They're not waking up. They're just still dumbed down,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and they're never going to be, perhaps sometimes. And it's just sad to
Yeah.
see that. And even if I
Yeah.
take a picture, go on, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Well, I found this. It's a military knife. You know, it's got all this stuff. You know, in the handle, I would say. In the compass, that's another thing I forgot to mention. That will,
That is
that's very important. The compass.
Yeah.
So I have links for that. I'll put below the video where you can look at that stuff. So
Learn how to read a map too.
also, yes, a map.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did all the geography and ley lines studying years ago. Bit rusty now. I was very good at history at school and geography. But yeah, I did all the studying of the maps and the ley lines and what to look for, and very out of practice now. But that's a very good point to make, because the scouts in UK, they teach them all that.
Yeah.
A lot of these skills. And I don't know what it's like elsewhere, but my mate, she's got teenagers, like, and they do all that kind of stuff.
Well, as you get a little more advanced, you want to learn how to be able to know direction in the dark.
Yes. Absolutely. It's using your senses as well, isn't it, of the natural senses. So,
Yes.
like the blind people, you hear about them being able to sense people around them without being able to see them, because they're using certain senses in their body. I'm not an expert in it. I just read about it, and I just find that how they are able to do that, because they don't have their sight, so it's like they're in the dark all their lives, aren't they? So they use their own other abilities they have, and skills.
Yeah, it's developing your spatial orientation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to be able to find places better in the dark than my friend who was a Army Ranger, who was trained in that stuff.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's a talent.
Yeah, he was a little bit miffed at that, but
I wouldn't be surprised. There you go.
And also, being mentally prepared as well when something like that happens. Not freaking out, staying calm, not panicking.
That's the biggest thing.
That's what fucks up a lot of people. Oh my God, we ain't got nothing to eat. Well, you should have been prepared.
Yeah.
well, that's a problem. Some people don't know what hard times are.
I know. Yes.
I mean, if they really want to know something about that, talk to some relative that still remembers the Depression.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Spot on.
Talk about hard times. Mm-hmm.
Or for like you in the UK, remember back when you were going through all the rationing, and when the Germans were bombing, that's hard times too. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, my mother was brought up in those, she's only a young girl, but she's raised by her grandparents, and she was one of the war babies, growing up. And it's always stuck in her mind all these years on, and so she taught us kids, 5 of us growing up, how to make do, like with clothes, with foods, appreciate the value of money, appreciate, any little thing you have, simple things.
Right. Yes.
So I raised my kids that way. I don't know, but, and because she know how hard it was, so she was working 2 jobs, with 5 kids to raise. And she did her best, and that's all she could do. But I think she's got older now, in her 80s, it's like, what she's gone through in them years, and then more, as a war baby, and not being close to her mum really messed her head up. It's a shame, really. But luckily, she's got my elder brother and their side, the family are making sure she's all right now. But she still, I think, has a deep down resentment of not having her own mother around and being shifted to some with her aunts, where it's not that, you know, seaside kind of resort. You call it Weymouth Seaside Resort, but it at the time that they classed it. So I'm just going with my mum was saying was growing up. That's how they were taught. She didn't really talk much about what she went through. I think it might have been, but it was yeah. It's very useful. It must have stayed with her, whatever happened, to drum into her mind and how to cope those years. And I think a lot of the elderly people is that useful talent to teach other people.
Yes.
I mean, especially the younger people, isn't it? Instead of all the computer games and all this technology that's coming out, you know, and they taught them these kind of life skills, then, you know, if, you know, like you just said, Rebecca, about the psychological makeup, you're not to be scared, not to panic.
That's the problem with all these people and their phones and their tablets and shit. They don't know how to read a damn book.
Right. That's a good book to read.
Oh.
That's good, yeah.
Julie. What's up?
Wait, did you find a lot of useful stuff in that?
I've just got through the first chapter, so
Oh.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to understand for just about any skill level.
Yes. Yes.
I like the sunglasses.
Hey, take a minute and say hey to the chat here. Hey guys, I'm not ignoring you. Hi everybody. Okay.
Hey Dragon, I thought you were gonna get a gas mask.
Combat colour might suit you better.
Anybody in the YouTube there have anything they're doing? If you want to join or whatever, the link is below the video. So jump on in if you want.
Going back what you were talking about bartering stuff, if it doesn't hurt to get extra stuff, because then you have something to trade.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. I saw one of them videos about that, and that was a very good point they made. And having useful items to barter. And
yes.
having people in your small group that's got certain traits and skills.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
One of the things I do is I buy what they call mixed ammunition lots. Sometimes it has a lot or a little of something I can use, but I hang on to the other calibers because I know I can probably barter them away at some time.
That's a good idea. That's very smart, yeah. I think, unfortunately, some people they just might think, oh, what's that for? I can't connect that to the internet. That's not going to be useful. Throw it away.
Well, yeah, that's where on these bigger shows, that's what they ramble on about is, oh, I gotta protect my zip drive and crap. And it's like, well, at some point, what does that become?
Useless.
Yeah,
It's gonna be useless if the grid goes down. What the fuck you gonna do with that shit, man? You can't do shit with that.
You might be able to use it as a fishing lure or something.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, books are best, because you can read them, and if you have to, you can burn them if you need to. Worst comes to worst.
I couldn't burn books. I'd feel like such a Nazi.
I know, but it's survival is what I'm saying. Type situation.
Like Hillary's book. Yeah, I don't
Yes.
think I'd have a problem
Yes.
with that.
Any of them politicians' books, burn them. Especially hers.
An old scout book, and I got all those books I found in a charity shop on herbs, natural herbs, and what foods to use. And I won't get rid of them because I thought one day I might just need that as a reference, you know.
Yes, yes.
It cost me about £1 a book, and they were like, you're buying brand new, they're 15 odd quid. And I thought, well, they might be collecting dust at the moment, but you never know when you want to need them and
Yes.
use them. So, yeah, you're right.
A giant dictionary, a must-have.
Yes.
Those things are like a foot thick.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, and also, I don't know where I come across this. Somebody said you get old books you don't want to use. You could use the paper to help to create fire if you're in a certain situation. You want to be careful with that though. Don't just willy-nilly set a fire with paper. But I don't know where I found that site, but it's like a survival kind of website. I come across.
You know, I never
And-
see anybody do it with a magnifying glass.
No, I haven't.
It's not that hard. I've done it as a kid.
Yeah, yeah. Me too.
How long? How long did it take you to use a magnifying glass to create a fire?
I don't think that long. A few seconds, maybe.
No, you got to get the sun right, don't you, through the glass?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you get it just right, you'll see it start to smoke immediately.
But if there's no sun, what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, it's just something to have. I mean,
Because I always thought about that. These items certain people are promoting and other sites I've seen. I was wondering if there's like an ash cloud or there's something wrong in the atmosphere and the sun's like, for example, the solar panel ideas, you know, and how would they work if there is no sun coming through the skies because of modification? They go big
Yeah.
time on it. Would they still work? I was researching that.
because
But
there's lots of places you can scavenge a lens from.
yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Also, flint too. You know, in certain types of rocks, you can, you know, because we did that when we were kids too. So we got in trouble.
Or the little pieces of flint left over and a lighter that's
Yes.
all the fuel's gone.
Yes, I got a whole bunch of them saved up just for the flints.
There's a lot of these that YouTube survival bushcraft ideas, and there's this one guy who just did that. He just was able to make things. He just literally from the nature around him in the woods, and he also uses stones, like, you know, to. It was fascinating to watch how he learned how to do this. I have no idea, but to create flints and to start the fires, and it was amazing talent he had. It was literally not speaking, just showing. Had the camera on him all the time, and it was raw, barehanded what he was doing. It was a youngish chap I come across. I don't know what country it was, but he was very good at what he's doing. And I think there's a lot of these sites have popped up all over the place nowadays.
Yes.
You know, channels that's popped up and getting a lot of views.
You know, they had that show, the what was it, Preppers.
Yeah.
There's been
Okay.
various shows like that, and you know, that's really, they were really giving away everything that they had. You know, I talked with Joe about this, and he said they were set up to do that. You know, so you know, a government knows everything these people have and everything. So best to keep quiet what you've got.
That's it. That's right. Because when I come across that, it was only recently, that channel, and the few tips of what to do and not to do, like don't let people know what you got,
Yes.
and don't keep everything in one location. There's an American guy saying this on his channel
Yes.
because of what potentially, you know, the FEMA thing come in, and
Yeah.
if it is going to happen, you know, searching your homes. And I thought, well, they're going to go to America. What country is going to be next, you know? And they're
Right.
going to do it all over the place. Who knows? So
Yeah.
you're going to be sitting target and have all your stuff taken away that you've been prepared for and left with nothing and marched off to a FEMA account to be controlled.
Not
Yeah.
if you have a freedom stick or two, or 5 or 10.
Shit.
Yeah, go down fighting. That's my theory. Go down with the right spirit in mind. Yeah, when you hear about, when I see things going on in certain states in America, you think, what the hell is going on? And it's like barging into people's homes and, you know, all these regulations going on. And thought they bloody well tried it over here. They won't try. They'll be trespassing. But they are really going down heavy in certain areas I'm reading about and hearing about. I don't know exactly how, because people are posting what they see in their areas in the States, like vehicles, military style policing vehicles,
Mhm.
and you know, getting people's mindset ready for the takeover. Oh my God,
Like,
it's like,
where me and Dave live, you know, it's military oriented, you know, so it's really nothing new to us. But as far as where I'm at, you know, what really got my attention was the increase in aircraft, you know, seeing them
wow,
fly and hearing them fly over and shit, and the drones and crap, and you know, really, that's something Dad taught me to do as well, you know, to pay attention up there, you know,
oh,
as
it's
well.
like the spy drones, aren't they?
Mm.
It's like that reminds me of what the other day when we had a suddenly like a summit boom kind of. It's very we don't live near an airport or any mini airport, and it was like literally the plane was so low and it's a military jet and it
Yeah.
flew quick and so bloody loud. And I didn't
Mm.
see the building, but I knew I could just tell from my looking on net before about other people's posts about different countries, and this
Yeah.
was very unusual for my area. And I thought,
Mm.
okay, it's been rambled up, going across so quick, and the
Mm.
technology military planes must have, you
Yes.
know.
Yes. Yeah, the
And
weather planes also, I see them fly over too.
then, that makes
They did, like yesterday, there was like, I don't know if they're, I don't think they were all the weather ones, but you know, the ones with the surveillance thing on them.
AWACS,
Yes. AWACS.
the 2 engine with the big round dome on top.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
AWACS.
Yes. There was more than one of them. I can say that. But you know, I didn't have my attention was elsewhere. But you know, I heard them and I looked up and seen them. So, but I've got them before on video and shit. So, but and the drones, you know, I walked outside one day. I can't remember what time it was, and looked up, and there was a drone. I'm like, well, they're watching.
it makes you think. It's like they got that technology. Can they see in your homes? Can you see through the
Yeah.
walls?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they have that.
Mm.
Mhm.
And mind you, all the technology, all these Xboxes and things, they have a little. I saw a site or a channel where claiming that these new TVs they can see into your home, and don't talk in front of the telly, or some kind of clip it was about. If you have a telly or like a little box, you know.
Yeah, they have a microphone and a camera
Yes.
in them.
The smart
That's
TVs.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Mm.
that's why I don't have one.
And
Yeah,
they don't advertise it on the box. I would see
Nope.
that as illegal wiretapping.
Yes.
yes, yeah.
Well, you
Absolutely.
know, that's what they do best.
Yeah.
Anything illegal, but you know, if we did it, yeah, they'd bury us under the jail. That's what
Tell
my
even,
uncle used to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You could tell even with your phones. It's like I bought a brand new pay-as-you-go, and the phone was free. It's just for texting and a simple call, and none of this smart business. I hate all that. And so 10 quid on it, and soon enough, first time I made a call to a mate, all the crackling started. I knew what it was about. It weren't interference. It was like, you know, because when I read about what what they are doing now in Great Britain, tapping everything, you know, your phones, the internet, emails, you name it, they're doing it already. And I
Oh,
thought,
they've probably been doing it for longer than what they're saying they've been doing it for. It's always the way it goes with when something new comes out. You can bet that they have been doing it or have had it for a lot longer than what they say. That's what
yes,
they do best.
oh yeah.
Keep stuff hidden from us.
It's like if you go talk about the war years, like Bletchley Park is not too far away. And when they had all that, I don't know exactly, can't remember what they did there now, but it was now being turned into like a theme park attraction, you know, for the secret decoding I think they used in the war years, and for World War Two, I think.
Bletchley Park?
Yeah, yeah. And I find it fascinating, but also at the same time, how it must have been used as an initial way of intercepting transmissions, you know. And I'm sure they were more advanced than they let on with all that, going back all them years ago. And look how advanced we are now with, well, the basic things you've got these days. But you're right and say, you know, the technology advances way years ahead, I'm sure, without letting us public
Oh
know.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's why I think it's so important to learn all these old basic skills going back centuries ago, what people used to do.
Yeah, they used to they used to teach that stuff in schools, you know, but now you think they do? No.
Now they don't want it, do they? They don't want people to be self-independent and have their own skill sets and survival mechanisms and their mindset and abilities. They want us to be controlled by the state, reliant on them for
Dumber the
everything.
better.
Yeah,
Walk right into
exactly.
the FEMA camp, you know, with the new Pokemon game. So,
Yeah. Oh, there's a monster. No, it's a female count operator. That's
they
true.
won't even be looking, they'll just be looking at their phone and be like, oh, it's in here, let's go in here. You hit the gate behind them, they're
Yeah.
coming in, you know.
Yeah. You could just see people like in the street earlier today. I don't know, when I was just briefly counted about 10 people with phones in their faces and not looking where they're going. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Sorry, what? I'm right here.
Right.
God. It just makes you think that, my God, because I went this site about cancer or something, and there was some kind of report about how even the cell phones close to your head, you know, can give you certain potential cancer cells from radiation of the phones. And that relates to any similar electronic devices, I suppose, like microwaves and things like that. When I started researching on certain sites about that more in depth, it's amazing what other items can cause that with the Wi-Fi. And my God, now the smart meters are promoting in UK, and that's every advert my mate was saying on telly at the moment the past few days. Oh, you get the great benefits if you switch to the smart meter. No, you don't. That's more
No.
control.
That's like, Debbie, she had an accident in her home, because of the smart meters and the frequency. It made her fall down her stairs and break her knee.
Oh my God,
You know,
Debbie.
this was not Debbie. Yeah, like I'll go walk for a walk at night, man, and I'll go way down the hill, away from the street light as well. Go, and you can't think straight when that shit's buzzing.
Oh my gosh, that is
Yep.
horrendous.
That
I
and their
have,
surveillance thing too. I see him saying here in the chat.
I've heard one, I don't know whether it's an Australian woman that was teaching how to get wire stuff around the smart meter to try and prevent the actual radiation coming out from it, or the frequencies coming out from it.
I know Pocahontas done a video about that. Pocahontas, yeah, I remember seeing that one. But there's probably others as well that's done the same.
You should be able to build something or find something to jam it.
Yeah, yeah. The trouble is with like even houses might be a bit more practical, but when my concern, I said to the people building the site opposite me, great big building, I said, you're going to have all these smart meters put in, and oh, they don't know, but yet they're building it, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But in flats, and you're so close, the buildings, the way they're built, they're so apartments, you call it in America, we call it flats here.
Yeah.
If you get smart meters, the radiation will come into your flat next door. And I was saying this to my neighbour because he's clued up on it, the one above me, and I said, "What you got any links you can point me to? Just email me and let me know if you got any information as well, because that's we sometimes communicate with information we find and share it that way. At least there's one neighbour that's clued up as well on some things." And it was like, my God, there's no way they're going to put one in my place. I tell you, I've learned how to decline, because there's a website set up in UK to how to decline the offer of smart meters, and I would never get modern devices either, appliances. And so that's why I've been looking about, there was somebody posted a website I looked at, and it was about a twin tub portable washing machine without using the electric.
Yes.
Just use your foot, pump it. And it's like, yeah. I mean, okay, you can do it by hand.
That's what I was going to say. You do it old school.
The old wringer washer type.
Yeah.
Or a washboard.
Yes,
I remember Mama having to use that when sometimes their washing machine. So, like he said, the ringing thingy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mum had one. Yeah. God, that's going back a few years.
I know. I remember that when I was little. Yeah.
It was one of my chores, doing helping out with the housework as a little girl growing up. Wringing it out with the water, put the clothes through. Oh, that's quite practical. You think back about it, these little things, it all helps, doesn't it? I wonder if there's any of those about still. I'm sure there is in some ones.
Probably be cost you a pretty penny because it's antiques. So, but you could probably make something like that yourself, actually.
Yes. It'd be interesting to see if anyone comes at any pattern ideas of that. I bet they won't share it either. It's it's just thinking, isn't it? It's just getting the mind trained back on those kind of practical things. Silly.
Yes. I wanted to bring something up here. I saw David type in the chat that he seen a van. It was, let me see, scroll back up here. Shit, where is it? Damn it. Anyway, he seen a van. It said RFID detection on it. An RFID detection van. Going down the road the other day. He lives in Norway. So he says be on the lookout for them.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Yeah.
just put any credit cards or IDs in a microwave for 2 seconds. It'll take
Yes.
care of it.
That's what somebody in the chat said also. Yes.
I actually got an old ID. I was gonna try old driver's license. I was gonna try that, see how it works.
To blow it in microwave at the same time.
Okay.
Nah, I won't mess it up. It just snaps the, like when you put if you forget and you put tinfoil or something, it just
Mm,
causes quick small arc and that's it. Burns it
yeah.
out.
Yeah. I've had that happen. It got plates with the metal on them. And that happened. It didn't do it for a second, like you said.
But I noticed in some of these items you get in the shops, like I got an item recently, and they changed the way they're doing the security tagging, and the material they're using is more like plastic and silver around them. And so my mate peeled it all off, and I said, well, before you chuck it in the bin, just get a knife and just or scissors and cut it up. So there's any tiny little chip in it or anything, because the way it looked really strange, the way they started doing that kind of packaging around it. So it was set off the old things in the shops, if you take an item out without paying for it. But yeah, I thought that looked bloody weird. I thought, God.
Here in America, we call that 5-finger discount.
Yeah.
But that that sounds in Norway. Did you say Norway?
Yes.
That is very bloody weird. Why the hell would you want to do all that?
It's probably just another version of like the Stinger setup.
That's what he said. Intel.
Intel, yeah.
Yeah.
That just reminds me about that film again, known as Children of Men in the storyline, and the other kind of like detective bands out in the countryside. It's set in UK, apparently. And I thought, bloody hell, you can't even get away from, because they
That's
had
why the drones here, because it's the U.S. is such a big area, a lot of land to cover. So
Well, I'm going to hang out now because my tooth is playing out, and I'll listen in.
I can better hear you, so yeah.
So that's another thing I like to learn is how to cure toothache naturally. I'll think about that when I start listening to you guys. But nice to talk to you and hello in the chat.
Hey.
Thank you. See you later. See you next time. Bye. I know DJ said he wanted to join, but maybe he couldn't make it.
He might be having problems with his internet.
But I was gonna say, yeah, mine went out earlier today, so.
So when we gonna go into how to learn making that moonshine?
Shh.
Oh,
I don't know how, but anyway. I know people that do, so.
yeah, I don't have a clue.
No. Well, the link is below. Anybody wants to join here, so see how long we are here. Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I gotta be quiet. I'm pretty tired, so I'm just mostly lurking. How is everybody doing? I think I heard half of the show. Bits here and there,
Cool.
So what was the conclusion of how to survive in the wild?
Be prepared.
Johnny, what's up, boy?
Don't play the
Amen.
don't play the
How's it been going,
Pokemon
boy?
game.
Huh? What's up, boy?
What's wrong with you, man? Fuck.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Hey,
Shit.
the
But
creator of the
man,
motion
if in some neighborhoods you get shot for that shit, man. No, maar how are you doing, man? What don't you do?
Hello. Hello.
He's got like the TV on or something.
I know. Yeah.
I think I can claim a copyright here.
Yeah.
I can be quiet, that's alright.
Dude. Hey.
Christ in heaven. I thought I was going to have to shoot myself.
I gotta mute you, man.
Ten
Copyright.
years of my life. I still haven't even before that drug job comes back.
Anywho,
Sorry about that. But yeah. Don't want to get copyright strike. Mm-hmm. So, well, I guess that was a good start to that. So, yeah.
So be prepared. So what are the preparations, you know?
Oh, like the basics, like no, like don't tell everybody what you got, more or less, and I talked about the food dehydrator. You can dehydrate your own food. It will keep longer. Also. Okay.
or buy it cheap and stack it deep
Yes.
with just about anything. Cause
Yes, baby.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, after a certain amount of time, there's still gonna be fools that are gonna accept cash,
Mm-hmm.
even though it ain't worth anything.
Right. The next thing you can trade with, not things people can actually use if you graduate it down, like extra food and stuff like that. Clothes, you never have too many clothes.
After the war, or Civil War, a lot of people used Confederate currency as wallpaper.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
I think it'd be kind of cool to have an old house and find that under some Whoa.
Well, I guess that was the good start. I'm going to try to do this again next Sunday and different topic there. So, open to suggestions on that also. But anybody got anything to say before we go? Dave?
Eyes open. No.
Oh, God, no. But yes.
I always like making fun of him.
Shit. Also, you gotta be mentally prepared too, and not panic, and not freak out when stuff does happen. So, yeah, that's one of the most important.
Learn to read a book. Learn to read a map. Blah blah blah. Really basic things.
Yeah.
So what you mean, like growing your own food is also pretty helpful, and it's
Yes.
pretty much impossible here in Holland, man. It's so damn great, at least this year for sure.
Yeah.
There's hardly any sun, man,
Yeah.
to grow like really good fruits and everything. Man.
That sucks.
You don't have a lot of indigenous stuff there.
Like what? Like indigenous?
Wow.
Like what? Like this is grown? Just please, man, really.
Wild
Fruits
things.
and vegetables that are native to your area.
Yeah,
used to the gloom.
that's I agree with this, but you have to understand we pretty much don't have any wild nature or something. You know, it's pretty
Yeah.
much planted forests,
Yeah.
and you know it's all a certain kind of trees. You know, and they're not the trees that we can eat from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we wouldn't even know where to start. Just really
Mm.
for the vast majority. But yeah, whatever they don't mind or something. I don't know. It's just people don't think about this shit. Like if supermarkets close or something, because if you look like what was it, Venezuela,
Yeah.
where the dude where's this food crisis,
Mm.
where now the military is in control of the food. You know, so then people really turn into savages. You know, so people. Yeah, every country has experienced this, you know, where it's like so much hunger in it. Yeah, then you really find out how dependent you are on the system, you know. And that's for me the first thing before reading a map. Then know how to grow your own food or know what you're capable of eating, and there's a lot more you can eat than at least than I thought. Yeah, but just water and food and shelter. That's more basic even. Just again, if they lock down the supermarkets, yeah, not everybody's prepared with like stacked food in their homes. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not even legal, if I'm correct, right? Not more than 2 weeks or something. Isn't it something in the USA? You can't have more than you know. So why the hell would they do that? Yeah, Agenda 2030 bullshit.
Mm.
We have to ration, share, you know, and whatever. I'm not even gonna start.
That's why they have that. If you see something, say something, so they can find out all the people that do have all that stuff, so the government can come in and take it for themselves.
I agree. You know, just their property. You know, it's gonna be their property or something. It's just. I don't know, man.
Yes, but if you're smart and you know they're gonna come and take it, they might find a surprise in it, kind of like Cracker Jacks. Just go ahead and read into that.
The only problem is it's still not the elite who is getting some crackers up their crack. You know, because it's all these other slaves. You know, it's the worst thing. You know, our fellow slaves
I got some cans of grain. They're a really pretty green color. I'm sure they'll have fun chowing down on that shit. I know gophers do.
Danny agrees. So. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day here, but we'll still be here afterwards, so you can still link below to join. So you okay?
Yeah.
You see over?
So, toke it out, man.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see y'all next time.
That's another thing. Hoard a bunch of tobacco because there's a lot of people going to be jonesing for a cigarette.
Oh, definitely. And the green, too.
Yeah.
Also. So.
Well, that's better for you, though.
So we'll see y'all next time. Peace, love, help each other.
All right, Auf Wiedersehen.
Yes.
And